Behind every street and every soul in Portsmouth, there's a story waiting to be told. Ptown dives deep into raw realities and untold triumphs of a city that refuses to be forgotten.
I'm not too hungry this morning, but I will take nice cold cotton, if you please, sir.
Cold coffee, and I definitely don't trust people that drinks cold coffee.
Well, some people got time for a hot cup of mud in the morning. Me, I'm trying to get it on the go. So, anyways, what you got planned for today?
Gotta go to Delegate event, Paige charity event. There's just a lot going on today. A lot going on today, and I gotta go along because you gotta work.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the name of it. I'm pretty sure they're gonna ask about me.
Justin, nobody asked about you.
That's crazy. You're gonna kill it like that.
I'm joking. I mean, it seems like now that's all they do is ask about you. And I'm like, okay, why y'all always asking about him? Nobody's concerned about me anymore. Nobody wants to know, am I coming? Everybody just want to know, are you coming? And I wonder why. Maybe so they can see your pretty brown eyes. Well, hold up, you're pretty. Your eyes ain't brown.
They change every day. I ain't got time for it.
So what color do you put on your applications and stuff?
Like my driver's license say hazel for some reason, but granted, like they did that when like I was younger.
Yeah, but your eyes are gray. You don't have hazel eyes. You have blue eyes. Like,
Well, honestly, it depends on what color I'm wearing.
what does that mean?
Like if I wear like green, if I wear green, then they'll start turning green or something like that. Or if I wear like blue, then they'll start turning more of like a bluish tint or something like that. So
That doesn't sound human to me.
doesn't.
30 grams of protein. All in one shake.
You want to do all for me, boy? Cause friend, bowl like $7 or so.
They cost too much money
Yeah.
for me to be offering you one of the protein shakes. Did you eat that? Did you drink that white peach thing I left out? Yes, you did. It's not to be a shit.
Nah, yeah, I did last night.
But yeah, I'm not gonna eat not much myself because I know they are serving breakfast at Delegate Paige and they're highlighting pancakes. I can't wait to see because I'm like pancakes. You think they order them from Walmart here, the ones that come in the bag? But they be good though. But I can't wait to see how good these pancakes are gonna be.
Just a moment, we're going to get started with you all being able to get served for breakfast. But just before we do that, as you know, on this day is a great number of things that are going on today. I got many friends that are coming in and out. They're trying to make it not only like I did before coming here, being at another breakfast, and then after that, several other events. My good friend, Aaron Rouse, who's running for Lieutenant Governor here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. He's going to say just a few words as he heads over to his next event.
Then it's going to be a big event. I wouldn't have trusted, that's a lot of pancakes to cook.
Yeah, I mean it is, but it is like cost efficient and like time efficient, believe it or not. But if you had to choose, like, one doesn't exist, like pancakes or waffles.
You know, waffles are my favorite. You know, I love waffles. I'm a waffle guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I love waffles.
I would say pancakes only because of the fact that you can do a lot to pancakes and you can add a lot to the batter. You got peanut butter, chocolate.
Well, first of all,
pancakes,
black people don't do
blueberry.
no peanut butter, nothing with pancakes.
Do you do sweet potato pancakes?
We don't do sweet potato. We don't do blueberry. We don't do orange. Just you the only one want to eat pancakes with extra stuff.
Oh, say
Inside.
and that's a you can't say black people don't do that because
Well, a lot of black people.
no, because you also got to understand that like a lot of people have palates that they grew up with and that they're used to, so they don't differentiate from the foods that they've been eating. So when I like when I do sushi or something like that, most people who don't eat sushi think it's crazy, but I'm like, don't knock it until you try it, until they try it for the first time. They say, they developed a palate for it. So really it's just trying out new foods, experiencing new things. You know what I mean? It's kind of like one of the reasons why I decided to be a chef. And also one of the reasons why you married me.
Saying what is that?
Because I expanded your palate. Hey, miss. Hello, somebody.
The only thing I need you to expand is my wallet, sir.
Listen, y'all, this is not a joke. We're here to fight for the 91st District as I've fought all of my life. We're here to make sure that we're fighting for affordable housing, making sure that we offer opportunities for those landlords to cap rent so that you're not the victims of rent increases and hikes that run you out of your homes. We're trying to make sure that jobs are in the community, just like the jobs that will come with LS Greenlink, an investment right on the border of Chesapeake and Portsmouth off of Victory Boulevard, a $700 million investment in the community, bringing over 300 jobs to Chesapeake and Portsmouth. That's the kind of economic development investment that we're willing to support and continue to fight for. And then, of course, we want to make sure that everybody has access to quality, affordable health care. We fought for that and made sure that we had Medicaid expansion in the Commonwealth of Virginia, bringing health care to over 700,000 working families here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. The Republicans want to block that. They want to roll things back, but we ain't having it. We're trying to make sure that we protect Medicaid expansion here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And then, of course, when it comes to our seniors, making sure that their investment is protected. Social Security is something that they have poured into all of their lives, and now that it's their turn, that they can relax, sit back, and enjoy the rest of their lives, we ought to be fighting for them, and we're going to do that. We're going to be fighting for our seniors. And then on the other end of that spectrum, who in the world would want to cut SNAP benefits so that people can eat? And decency of having a meal, having food, and having access to food. Just like here today, where we are in the Buffalo Family Foundation facility, a place that fights against food insecurity. We're going to continue to fight to make sure that those children and those families get the resources that they need to not only survive, but to thrive.
I'm from Ptown and I can get a little gangster myself. 2025. And what the impact was going to be on your life. We said in how many forums? Right. And we went far and wide trying to tell people what was headed our way. But sometimes people get the government they deserve. And now that they're behind about to scrape the ground, which is always what happens, they want Democrats to come up and come back and clean up the mess.
But
Do this coffee smoke like this?
yeah, it's hot. See, most of the time I add the ice first, and then I'll let the coffee
I was thinking about that, but I was scared to move it and then it would have been dropping. But this is some hot coffee.
Because now when you go to put the ice in, coffee won't go everywhere.
No, it's not, because guess what? I know how to just get the ice out of the thing.
So, you excited? You excited for the event?
I mean, yeah, because these are two people that I genuinely support. You know, I genuinely support. So being that I actually support them, yeah, it's much easier. And then, you know me, I'm not a phone and support. All right, yeah, I'm not gonna go out. Yeah, but these are two people that I feel comfortable telling people to vote for them. Yeah, and also voting for them ourselves. That's who we will be voting for. Actually, can we vote for Cliff? I don't think we live in Cliff District. But we can definitely still tell others to vote for him. Yeah. Because it's kind of tricky. What have you? I drink the rest of this later.
Yeah, dealing with the lines and everything like that. Yeah. Like, you know the dishes more than I do.
Yeah, well, Don Scott is our delegate.
Those days are over. It's going to be up to us. It's going to be up to each and every one of us right now in this moment to stand up. And we were made for this moment.
Yes, sir.
Make no mistake about it. We've come through the fire. We were made for this moment. There are people, you know, it can't just be what we're against. It's easy to be against all of the foolishness that we're seeing.
And I'm sure he's going to be there, or at least at one of the events today. He should be at one of the two events today.
Okay.
But nevertheless, like, you gonna be busy working, and make sure you come on straight home, because being that I'm gonna be out all day, I'm gonna be ready for us to end our day very soon. I don't want to be up all night and what have you, because tomorrow we need to go and see how Pastor Blunt's church is doing. You know, it's been on, you know, in about 3-4 months now that he's been gone, you know, and we need to go over there. Dr. Tillo, he's been preaching over there a lot, and
Okay.
yeah, so we, you know, I just want to pop in and just see how they doing and talk to some of the members and just check on their mental state, especially his wife. You know,
Right.
I can only imagine. I think they've been married for a long time. 30, 40 years, something like that, probably longer, I don't know, but I know they've been married for a long time. Then just to wake up every day. Could you imagine waking up without me?
We are ecstatic that all of you have joined us today. It is time for us to gear up and support Paige being chair for Portsmouth Treasure for November the 4th, 2025.
And we're not just spinning words, we mean what we say. Delegate, and you all not re-elected me 17 months ago. I would not have been able to put $1 million in the budget for cuts so they could have this building. If you all had not re-elected me 17 months ago, I would not have been able to put $2 million in the budget for big homes. If you all had not re-elected me, I would have been able to put money in the budget for rec league, for the Buffalo family, and a lot of other groups that are doing good in our community for our young people.
I ran for treasurer. I campaigned on establishing a program within the treasurer's office. So once I was elected, I like to keep my promises. We take 3 persons each semester, 1 from each high school, keep them for a minimum of 10 months. You pay them $14 an hour, because I wanted that for students in Portsmouth to get them an opportunity to work in a professional environment and possibly give them the feel for what it's like to be in municipal work.
I always knew that in high school, I'm like, I don't want my first job to be that typical first teenager job. And so when this opportunity was presented to me, I'm like, this is it.
So far, it's been very successful. 95% of them have gone on to higher education. And we had 3 who actually returned here after college. 2 of them working here now full-time, and 1 is working here now part-time.
So following my 2.5-year graduation of college, undergrad, where I studied criminal justice, hey, one day, let me go visit Mr. Cherry in the office. So I come in, I'm sitting down with Mr. Cherry, and he's like, I'm telling him, hey, yeah, I'm just looking for something right now while I prepare for law school. And he's like, would you want to come back here? Our doors are always open to you. For him to be able to offer me that position and have trust in me and respect in me enough to say, hey, I see what you've done here. I see what you bring to the office. Why not make this your full-time thing instead of, to me, that's everything.
Last semester, we had our 50th come in. And what's significant about that is only having 3 per semester and reaching 50 in this short period of time. What's important about that for us is that tells us that it's a popular program. Kids want to be here now.
When I got the position and I got to be featured as the 50th intern for this year, I was just very happy, and it gave me a sort of determination to make sure that I was present, I was doing the best that I could do. I was really soaking in on the information of everything that I was learning. Every day I printed off bills and mailed those out, which that was really cool to learn the proper way to fold them, being that you have to make sure that the only thing visible in the little clear window is the recipient's name and their address. My time interning here has honestly greatly affected what I want to do after high school. When I graduate, I want to go to school to be a lawyer, but prior to interning here, I was unsure of what specific law I wanted to focus in. After being here, I want to do something within the real estate industry.
Dr. Bracy and Dr. Patillo have been so very supportive of this program, because if you can grow your own and keep our talent pool coming back here to the city, the sky will be the limit for the city of Portsmouth. And the Portsmouth Public Schools is the place where that starts with. The kids that we hired for full-time employment, I'm expecting one of them to be treasurer one day. And if that happens, a total full circle moment for me.
Okay, friend, I'm confused. So you don't want a divorce, you just want to get custody?
Nothing is clear. He can come tomorrow and get Brooklyn and leave, and I don't have anything to say about it.
Okay, can I ask, why you don't just file for divorce?
Hey, hell, you late, sir.
I can't be too late, but a lot of people was hogging machines at the gym, so I had to get in where I fit in and stuff like that. But what we got to eat? What we got today?
You haven't even asked me how my day went.
Oh yeah.
Before you even asked what we gonna eat for dinner.
So how was your day?
We can talk about that over dinner.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get washed up, and then I'll meet you out. Okay.
I'm gonna go get this food and stuff ready. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Can he have a peaceful, restful day? Welcome to the life of being married, I guess. Yes, it could be worse. Could be single. And you were so hungry, sir.
Yeah, famished. Looks good though.
I cooked it. What else did you expect? Yes, you have barbecue chicken, you have fried chicken, you have baked beans, you have potato salad, you have a little bit of greens.
Okay.
Go ahead and bless the food.
Okay. Father God, thank you for this food that we are about to receive, Lord God. Bless it, may it be nourishment to our bodies, Lord God. Thank you for the opportunities that you have given us, Father, and thank you for the lifestyle that you have provided for us, because you know that we can handle the things that you put before us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
So, how was your day?
Oh, now you want to know what my day is. But when you came through the door, you want to know what was for dinner. All you do, did you notice all you do is think about food?
Yeah.
But today was great, Jay, when I tell you, oh my God. Remember this morning when I was telling you about the pancakes? Those pancakes was out of this world.
Okay.
I went in with the mentality of, I'm just there to support, so I'm not even worried about eating anything. I kept looking over at the pancake, and I saw some young boys making the pancakes. I'm like, nah, these ain't gonna be no good pancake. They don't look like they have a clue what they do.
Right.
And I saw people eating the pancakes, and the pancakes was flying off the thing like hot cakes. And when I told you, I said, let me get a pancake. And then when I was in line, I was telling one of the young boys, I was like, hey, I don't know how to make pancakes. You know, that's one thing I can't never get. And you know what he said? This is my first day learning how to make them too. And I was like, what? He said, I was told I was volunteering. And when I got here, I was told I was making the pancake. I was like, oh my God, these pancakes gonna be horrible. Jay, when I ate them pancakes, they was the way, the truth, and the light. Okay? Them pancakes were delicious. Delegate Cliff Hayes did a great job with his breakfast.
That's amazing.
I mean, to be honest with you, his whole event today was out of this world. And so many people from Portsmouth were there. Mother was there, Costello. The senator came. And I told you, Don Scott, I was expecting him more so at Paige Cherry thing, but he was there. He was actually at both. But yeah, he was there. And when we was in there, you know, Don got up to talk. And he was just reminiscing a little bit on his past. And he said, it don't matter because now I'm rich.
I'm done.
And it made me think of, remember Rick James when he told that lady, he said, I'm rich. And so we all just laughed. But, you know, Don knocked it out of the park. Him and the senator, they both knocked it out of the park. I know Delegate Hayes really enjoyed his kickoff today.
That's good.
He had a really good kickoff. Very, you know, positive vibe. I saw a lot of Portsmouth people there.
Yeah.
And I mean, he represents part of Portsmouth. A lot of his district is Chesapeake. And the event was in Chesapeake, but to see so many Portsmouth people there was very encouraging. And what happened.
Was there anybody there that you like haven't seen in a long time that you caught up with?
I think so. Probably one or two people. No, because I see, you know, our circle's always passing. So,
right.
You know, pretty much. But no, I did. I saw Bishop A. Ray Rowson's son.
Okay.
A. Ray Rowson Jr.
Okay.
Ray Rowson. I saw him. I hadn't seen him in a long time. And he was very encouraging, you know, when he talked and encouraged me about the work that he see me doing from afar off and just wanted me to know. Actually, he told me to tell you hello and that he's praying for us. And it was just a very good conversation that he and I had.
Yeah,
And,
wholesome.
Yeah, and Cliff event, it was just boom, 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 and it was encouraging. It was like, you know, on a dead spot. It wasn't dry. It was good all the way through. And then the food was good. So that made it even more good.
Yeah, no, good food will put you there every single time.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh my God. Then we got to go to Paige Cherry thing. And I was like, oh my goodness, it's going to be a busy day. I mean, his food was even better. I mean, and he had a lot of people there. Both events was well attended, but the highlight of Paige Cherry's event for me was what he's doing with these children that attend Portsmouth Public Schools. You know, he take them in as interns.
Right.
He's doing a tremendous job.
Absolutely.
And it's funny, man, because I've seen people be mean to him. And I'm not saying like he's not done anything wrong. I don't know all the intricate parts, but I've seen people be mean to him and his wife. And I've never seen him or his wife get out of character. Like I've never seen, And you know, just sitting back, and it's crazy because he doesn't, you know, he's not a minister. He doesn't profess to be a minister. But and the same for Cliff Hayes. You know, I did a lot of self-reflecting today because I was saying to myself like, wow, I'm a minister of the gospel, and these two men, I've never seen them get out of character. I'm talking about even when people are speaking ill to them, disrespectful, mean. I've seen, especially Paige, I've seen him just, you know, be quiet, don't say anything. And I'm like, God, help me get to that place one day in my life to where I don't have to respond. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't have to, you know, get back, you know, and because the reality is a lot of us, we won't get back. You know what I mean?
But that's really just the flesh. You know, that's the flesh of us wanting to act out all the time. Like, you gotta understand, like, you know, I saw a quote earlier this week, and you know, like I've been doing like a lot of meditating as far as on how to deal with certain things. And do it always work? Absolutely not. You know, but you know, it says that you get on a plane, but you don't know the pilot, but you still find time to relax. You get on a boat, but you don't know the captain, but you still relax and enjoy the cruise. You'll get on the bus, don't know the bus driver, but you'll find a time to relax and just enjoy the ride. So knowing that God is the pilot of life, you need to sit back and relax because you know that he has everything under control. And I think once people understand that, you know, life is always going to life. Life is never coming at you. Life actually comes from you and the things that you allow to happen in your life. And I feel like people need to understand that a lot more. And so people like Paige Cherry, that kind of have that kind of concept on lock, that everything's gonna be all right in the end, is actually what helps them keep the composure the way that they do.
Right. And you know, and it's funny because he and I wasn't always on the best of terms, and I tell people all the time, he fired me.
Really?
remember the show Friday, and they said, how you get fired on your day off?
How you get fired on your day off?
I got fired after my first week, but it made me a better person.
Right.
It made me sit back and appreciate life. Mm-hmm. We wouldn't have some of the things we have. We wouldn't, be able to enjoy the life that we live had he not did that. So, you know, when you sit back, and I'm just grateful for mentors in my life, because at the time I was angry, I was upset, but it was Costello B. Williams and Dolores Overton Short. And they both was like, it's gonna be okay. Don't act out. Don't go to social media. Don't act crazy. And I'm so grateful for that wisdom because had I acted out or tried to retaliate or be ugly or disrespectful, he and I wouldn't probably have the relationship that we have today. I can honestly say that he is the best treasurer that this city has seen in a long time.
Yeah, he's one of a kind, I'll tell you. And that's just
I did tell him today though that you was gonna probably kill him. Because I keep telling him that when you come home often, you love to come in the house to tell me, I seen Yvette Cherry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I seen Yvette Cherry. I'm like, so you don't see nobody else at the gas station. 2-3 times a week you see Yvette Cherry. But he just laughed it off. But no, they good, wholesome people. The senator is very fond of him. She was there, of course. Don came even to that. Like I said, they've been rocking and rolling. Cliff, Delegate Cliff Hayes, he came over as well. So it was just good. The energy was good in the room. He had a lot of people, good food, and like I said, I'm confident that we can, let people know.
Yeah, honestly, it'd be hard to find anybody like him.
Yeah.
Which is, more so the reason, why people would vote for him. Because, I mean, he's dedicated crazy amounts of energy into what he does. And, like, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, obviously, like, I'm a chef.
And I love cooking food. I love everything about food. But to find somebody who is that invested into being a treasurer of a city and the steps that he takes, you know, not everybody got the vision for certain things, but I mean,
he has made this city
yeah,
money.
and that's what I'm
Just
saying. Is like
listening to
he's
what he
took
was
that
talking about,
to a
yeah.
whole nother level. And to be real with you, it's hard to find people like that.
Yeah.
And that's in any field. That's in any field. Finding people who are truly passionate and care about things more than the average person.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what we get out of them.
Yeah, and that's why I say, you know, I'm very confident that we can tell people to get out and vote for both Delegate Hayes and Paige Cherry.
Right.
I think it'll be good. Like I said, it was a very busy day. I was been limping all day, but you know, duty called, and this is what it's about. You know, just being out here in the community, being a voice, because a lot of people will be calling come November. And who should I vote for? And you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, Jay, I get so tired because I'm like, how do you all not know who's running for office?
Right.
But then the Lord told me to humble myself and appreciate the fact that people trust me enough to want to vote for who I tell them to vote for.
Well,
And that's called influence, you know what I mean? And so you know, I'm like, okay, you know, I still want them to be engaged. I still want them to kind of know for themselves. But by the same token, unfortunately, a lot of people don't pay attention to politics. You know, some people are turned off by it, and they put everybody in one room together. And like, I don't want to have nothing to do with that political stuff. And you know, it is what it is.
And you know, it's kind of funny because I was the same way. I was the same way. I wasn't involved in politics. I didn't like, you know, well, honestly, I've never really been involved in politics, but, you know, I wasn't really like interested in it because I'm like, you know, I work a day to day and, you know, that's not really like affecting me until things start affecting you, and then it starts knocking on your front door, and then you're like, okay, I got to get involved in certain stuff now because this has gotten real.
Right.
You know,
and people don't realize it does affect us. It
Yeah.
just to a certain degree.
To a certain degree, right? And it's like, it's almost like, you know, people aren't eye-opened about it until it's something that they care about.
Right.
And by that, at that point, it's a little bit too late.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
So, you know, my thing is you know, being active in the community. We could all strive. You know, even as, you know, great as individuals like Paige Cherry and yourself, we can all strive to be the best that we can be. But really, at the end of the day, this is going to take a village.
Oh, God knows it is. It is. I was at a fentanyl workshop the other day, and I was just impressed at the questions that the young people were asking. And people don't realize that, man, you know, fentanyl now is in almost every recreational drug that's out here. Is in vapes, is in marijuana, is in cocaine, is in heroin. And now they have the city of Portsmouth, I'm sure other cities do it as well, but they have things, you know, that they can give you to test it. I was like, what? They have test strips, so you can test your food to see if it has fentanyl in it. And you can test drugs if that's what you're using to see if it has fentanyl in it. But the problem with our people is most of them want the fentanyl.
Well, I understand like the safety and the caution of it, and it's fine, you know, because nobody wants it in food. But like, they got test strips for the food.
For food and for people if you're gonna use heroin, you can test your heroin out to make sure it's not laced with fentanyl. But the problem
food,
with that
though.
is, also yes, for potato chip. But she said something that was key. She said you got to get it in all the food because if, for example, if you just test
like a certain
potato
part,
chip, it may not be on that part, but that doesn't mean that it's not. You all right? Oh, okay, because you like,
Oh, that's right.
God, Jesus Christ. I should have known because you love to eat, boy. I tell you love to eat. Weight don't go nowhere, though.
Gotta stay active.
Yeah,
You know?
but yeah, it was very engaged, and that's the conclusion that a lot of the panelists that we all came up with, that it's going to take a village. Like there is no way around it. You know, we need every aspect of society that can, from the bus driver to the janitor to the cafeteria worker. You know, oftentimes we think, oh, the educator, the this, the doctor, the lawyer, but it takes every aspect of society to help a person be whole. And one of the young men stood up, and he was about 14, and he said, I have a question. And I said, yes, sir. He said, so how do you know if you have trauma? And that was a really good question, because people are dealing with stuff that they don't know what they're dealing with. People are dealing with trauma that they don't even know that they have. So, for example, one of the panelists said, that's a great question, because I grew up with my mother telling me that I was an S. Shit. And that I'm never going to be shit. And he said, you know, in his mind or whatever, he said, but as he got older, it really bothered him.
Yeah.
And it
And
really
it always
affected
will.
him.
Yeah.
And that's what we're talking about trauma. And a lot of people, you know, because we look for it outside. We know, okay, the people across the street don't know us, they're no kin to us, so we got to have our guard up for them. But then it's when you are being raised with people that you should be safe around, that you should be protected by, and then when they inflict their trauma upon you, now you have to deal with it. And then some people are dealing with stuff that they don't even know. So yeah, it's good. And that goes back to, like I was saying, about what Paige Sherry is doing, working with children, bringing them in, giving them jobs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he even talked about how one of the children graduated from high school, Portsmouth Public Schools, went away to college, came back from college to work for him. So that speaks volume. You know what I mean? That means he's paying good, livable wages, and he's also treating people with respect and dignity, and making people feel some sense of self-worth.
Yeah.
You know, so I was able to walk away from all of that tonight and say, you know, today was a good day. You know, we have good representation in Delegate Cliff Hayes. We have good representation in Treasurer Paige Sherry. Yeah, we have good representation. And his wife was so cute up there. She did a cheer, Jay. Oh my God!
Did a cheer?
She did a cheer, like a cheer. She said, I can't even remember, but she was like,
Cherry is a man. If he can't do it, no one can. Cherry.
Something like that. Right. It was corny but cute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that still speaks volumes, because she had the guts to get up there and do that.
You
for
know what
her
I'm saying?
husband.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And to show him
for real.
support. And he was talking about how, you know, when he wanted to run for treasurer, and he, you know, wanted to walk away from a secular job, and how he took a pay cut, and he said the first thing his wife said to him was, how is that gonna affect me? And that made me think, because I'm like, I ain't mad with you, because it does, you know, it does affect you as a couple, you know what I mean?
Right.
As far as your finances and things like that. But he said that she gave him the green light, and once she gave him the green light, he went forward, and they've been doing it. So that's the thing, you know, about support.
Well, you know, I will let you know right now that I love you dearly.
Okay.
And whatever you do, I support, but I will never be cheering like that in public in front of a bunch of people.
So you telling me that you're not gonna get up nowhere and say, Barry Randall is our man. If we don't vote for him, nobody can. Go Barry. Hey, go Barry. You wouldn't do that for me.
I like, you know how like when they do those cheers, they got people like clapping and stuff like that. I'll be in the back clapping. I'll be quiet. But when you leave, I'll be talking again.
Wow.
But for real, that is like really, really good support that she did that. And honestly, like, you know, especially you know, not to say that they're older or anything like that, because they have a lot of wisdom about people, and I try to learn as much as I can from people. You know, that's why I told you, like, most of my friends are older and stuff like that. When it comes down to Paige Cherry and his wife, I just from the time of being around them, I know they get the job done every time. They get it done every time. Or whatever it is, no matter how challenging, they give 100%. And not to sound like a broken record, but to find people like that, it's very, very rare.
Yeah. So tomorrow, and I asked Delegate Hayes, I asked Paige Cherry, about Pastor Blunt. They both was like, he was here, they know he will be supporting them. And I'm just like, oh my God, it's been 3-4 months now, going on 4 months that Pastor Blunt, Milton Blunt, has been gone. And Jay, when I tell you, man, I get teary-eyed because this past December, I did a protest out on the front steps of City Hall. So many people were calling Pastor Blunt, trying to get him to not participate. And it's sad because, the city now has, a lot of nonprofit that they're giving monies to.
Right.
And I get it, you're giving money to these organizations, so being that you're giving them money, you wouldn't want organizations speaking ill will of the city. But by the same token, to me, is borderline illegal because they're giving all this money to all these different nonprofits, but no nonprofit can speak out against the social ills of our city. And to me, no one should ever be put in that predicament. And that's why now you see why my work ethic is the way that it is. Because I never want anybody giving me anything, because if people just give you something, they can take it from you.
Yeah.
And so many people, they was even out there, some of the activists, they was out there watching, looking, seeing those people coming. And I'll never forget, Pastor Blunt called me. He said, Barry Randall, Bishop Barry Randall. Because he'll call my name first, he'll address me with my title. He said, what have you got me in? And I said, Pastor Blunt, I'm so sorry. I understand my phone has been ringing off the hook. He said, I think it's funny. He said, because you're not doing anything wrong. You're speaking up as you should.
Yeah.
He said, you are my friend, and I'm coming. He said, I'm running a little late, but don't you start without me. I am coming. He said, do you hear me? He said, do not start. I'm coming.
Right.
He said, because for these many people to reach out to me to tell me not to show up for something that I know we should be speaking out against, he said, I'm coming. And Jay, when I tell you, I said, Lord have mercy. He was definitely a better friend to me than I've been to him. And that stuck with me. And it's funny because he, just like Paige Cherry, just like Delegate Cliff Hayes, I've never seen this man get out of character, cuss anybody out. I've seen people be ugly to him, mean to him, and he would just laugh it off. Just a good, wholesome individual. And now he's gone. Ain't that crazy, bro?
Yeah, it's still hard to believe. It really is. It is real hard to believe because community activists like that, you know what I mean, and for the short amount of time that I was privileged to know him, to see the things that he's done, to see like how he moves, because you'd be surprised. People watch.
Right.
People watch, and including me. I definitely see how certain people move, how they operate on this, that, and the third. And you're right, not to see, I've never seen them waver, never seen them act some certain type of way, outside of character. He's just been the same wholesome, caring, powerful individual.
Yeah, and my heart goes out to his wife. Like I said, they've been married for a long time, and his church family, his daughter, oh my God, he loved his grandson. Oh my God, you think I'm crazy about them 3 real reservoirs. Right. He loved his grandson. So yeah, I want to stop by there tomorrow.
Okay.
Just to check on the congregation, just to check on his members. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just to check on, see how things are going with them. You know what I mean? And I commend Dr. Patillo. I love me some Cardale, my big brother. He's been kind of just going over there, holding it down, preaching for them, and what have you. So I know they can appreciate that. So I just look forward to that. I was gonna go to Bishop Jerome Williams' church tomorrow, but I think I'll go to his church the following Sunday, just to kind of, you know, look. We always, and you may not know this, but in Portsmouth we have great leaders. Reverend Robert Earls,
the Earls,
Pastor Joe B. Fleming, so many. I like to listen to Pastor Beeman teaching. You know, we have great leaders. I don't want to minimize other leaders,
right?
But because of the world of politics, community, and church going hand in hand, and we working so intricate together, we always had three that we could look up to, and that was Bishop Williams, Dr. Melvin O'Mariner, Dr. Milton Roy Blunt. And now that Pastor Blunt is gone, you know, I'm just like, wow, you know. Yeah. So I just want to meditate, try to figure out what's next. We're trying to do this docu-series, get some wisdom from Bishop Williams, Jerome Williams, and just see what God is saying through him. And we just go from there. So I'm just excited about what's next. So anyway, I'm glad you enjoyed dinner.
Oh yeah, no, I tore it down.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take my shower and so let's watch a movie to go to sleep. Because if you thinking that you getting on hell divers, you got hell to pay.
All right. So you're doing the dishes?
No, you're doing dishes, sir. I cooked all this food. Yeah, so thank you.
My baby mama went celibate. Lies on my breath, she said she couldn't take the smell of it. Tired of the rumors, every room had an elephant. Trying to find her shoes, rummaging through the skeletons. She took away sex, took me out of my element. I tried to do the single dad mingle dance at the club with the iron in my wrinkled pants. You could fall much faster than you think you can. Big hands for my ring, I'ma need a Pringles can. I just want to shine back like a Eagles fan. My ego like, oh damn, there he go praying again, the same old thing. I mean, I ain't gonna promise that the pain go away. And you could take your sweet time, but she ain't gonna wait. Cause a new coat of paint don't make the stain go away, but he go high.